Welcome back to class. We are taking our class on formatting a step further. Under our budget sheet, we can see that we have different items and their associated prices. In this on this sheet, one of the things we'll be learning is how to format currencies and how to ensure that we follow fixed decimal number. It is worth to note that anytime you have an amount, by default, Excel will not make it currency because this is just an integer. Under your data type, you have general, you have number, you have currency, you have account, and if you are dealing with dates, which I will see check, you have your short date, your long date, your time, you have your percentage, and you have your fraction. Depending on what you are working on, you have your scientific, and then also you have your tests. For example, these are your tests. By default, Excel puts everything under general unless you specify otherwise. So for this, I can specify otherwise that this is test and this does not change anything. However, for this, if I change this to be test, specify this otherwise to be test, you will see a change. Can you see? Um, for your test, by default, your Excel align them to the left. This is what we call left alignment. By default, Excel align them to the left. However, if it is on general, no specific format, Excel by default we look at the test and pick what it can be. In this context, Excel saw that this can only be an integer. That this can only be an integer, and that is the reason why Excel is putting this on our right alignment because our integers are always on the right alignment. So, however, if we want to change this to currency, we can come back here and then just click on currency and we see this, and then we have more option of currency over here, whether euros, whether dollars, whether pounds, and also we can take it a step further to look at more accounting formats. So under this is where we can see our naira. Clicking this drop down, and we can search for our naira. We can search for our naira. Just come down, and we are getting close. Yeah, this is our naira. So I can pick up any one of them, and it will give us the same results, and that settles that. So for this, we use our tests, our set styles, our inputs to achieve this, which we are already familiar with. For this other part, we have made use of two formatting style over here. Basically one anyway. So the first thing we did here is that we have our value. So let's say something as simple as 2000, and then let's say 2100. Let's say 1400, and then let's say 1100. Okay, so let's format this. Let's put anything for now, or better say control 1, and then this can come back to, and then okay. So I want to do basic arithmetics of this minus this and this. So if you notice that we have negative over here and then we have positive over here. So what we did basically here is that we apply our conditional formatting on everything that has negative so that it can spotlight it as red. In our next class, we also take it a little bit step further, and in one of our classes also, when we go through conditional formatting, we understand how to navigate through our conditional formatting and some basic things we can start doing with our conditional formatting right now. See you in the next one.